Hey guys, welcome to Geometry Measurement Probability. Right, in this class, a couple things I want to point out to you before we really dive in is if you scroll all the way down on the homepage, you see my picture, my information, and the book button that gives you access to my calendar. If you click it, you can put yourself in my calendar. This is the class schedule I have for this semester, so if I'm not in class, I'm usually in my office. So if you're close to campus, come by anytime, pop in. If you need to schedule time, obviously you can do that with the book button. It's here and several other places in this class, so I'll point them out as I see them. And you can definitely, again, reach out to me anytime if you need help or you just want to talk, we can do that. All of your homework lives inside Pearson, so let me show you how to do that before we dive in. Right, in Pearson, or to get to Pearson, you've already paid for it. When you pay for this class, you pay for it, so you don't need to pay for it again. If you try to pay for it again, I can't stop you, but I can't give you money back either. So first thing you need to do is you need to get your access code, and you get that by going to course materials over here on the left. So you go to course materials. Once it loads, you'll get this little button, this little thing right here. It says launch course ready. You'll click that. It'll take you to a page that says that will give you your access code. Copy it to your clipboard. Once it's on your clipboard, you want to come back over here and go to Access Pearson. And once it loads, you click this link and either sign in if you used Pearson before, and then paste in the new access code. Or if you never used Pearson, create an account using your current student email address, and then you paste that access code in there, and then finish signing in, and then you'll be good. All right, so that's how you do it in Pearson. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to reach out. All right, so take a look at the syllabus real quick. Alright, so once again, you have that book button, just another few places that another place that you can check that out. Here's everything we're going to talk about in this class. Just a little bit of geometry, or it's like 2/3 geometry, 1/3 statistics. So just be ready for that. This is your textbook. You'll have a digital copy of this textbook once you get into Pearson. So you don't need a physical copy unless you just want one. And if you want one, I can do that's out of your pocket, and you need to be aware of that. Alright, in this class, you have you cannot use a graphing calculator, so you want to use a scientific calculator that doesn't have any kind of graphing capabilities. Alright, the bookstore on campus, that's the one on the right. It's a good calculator. You can also get that same calculator online, probably cheaper than you can find at the bookstore. Alright, when it comes to makeups, you have 2 tests, the midterm and the final. You can always take it early, but that window is a window for a reason. If you try to take it outside that window, like behind later than that window, we can't do that. So you want to either take it during that window or earlier. But as far as labor goes, like homework and stuff like that, if you waited till Saturday or Sunday and you can't get into Pearson or anything like that to get your homework done because it's down or you just have internet issues or something like that, any kind of tech issues, it's not my fault, it's your fault. Alright, it's your problem. I don't open homework for that. Alright, if it's my fault, I will absolutely remedy the situation, give you time to fix it. If it's something that's out of your control, reach out to me, we'll talk about it, and I'll do what I can. Alright, there's a few ways to get extra credit in this class. Some of these are mandatory, some of them are optional, so you can check those out. This is an online class that's 15 weeks long, so you get 4 references. As you get closer and closer to the 4 references, I will email you to your student email. Anytime I reach out to you one-on-one, I'm emailing your student email, so you want to make sure you have access to that. That is an Outlook, so make sure you have that. So you have, I will reach out to you if you have 3 references and say, hey, you're almost out. If you have 4, I say, hey, you're out of references, you can't miss anymore. I take attendance once a week, and you gain attendance by doing your assignments. So if you have more than one assignment, if you've done one, you've done something for that week, I mark you present. If you missed 4 straight weeks, which means you haven't done anything for 4 weeks, you get 4 references, you can't miss anymore. On that 5th absence, you get cut out, and then you lose access to campus. This link is live, so you can click it and bookmark it, or the email that I send you with the warnings and say, hey, you're out of references, we'll include that link, so you want to make sure you have access to that. Because if you want back in this class, you got to go through the appeals process and provide documentation that says, hey, some of these should be excused. And it'll work itself out. And you want to do that as soon as possible. Right? And this is a one-time deal. If you get back in the class, you can't miss anymore. If you miss again, you're out and you're out for good. Right? In this class, you're going to have Pearson, which is all your homework. I need to fix this. There's going to be 25% of your grade. Your discussion is going to be, or your homework's going to be 20%, your discussion is going to be 10%, and your exam is going to be 70%. You can't pass this class on, like 20% is a good chunk, but you can't pass this class on homework alone. So for that reason, and because you only have access to it while you're doing homework and not during exams, I am going to allow you to use AI as a tool to help you learn the math. So my recommendation, if you choose to do this, is to have multiple chatbots going, not the same kind, but different companies, and see, plug the question in, see if they give you the same answer. And if they do, then you probably have the right answer. And if it's more complicated, probably like a word problem or something like that, maybe they work in different ways, and that's helpful. A good teacher tells you multiple ways to work the same problem, and you get to choose your favorite. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're aware of that. So there's multiple ways to get help. You can use AI. You can reach out to me anytime. Like I said, I'm not classroom in the office, and you can reach out. You also have tutoring. So if you're close to the campus, you can go to Central Minnesota or Oxford, and you can get access to their math lab. And if you do that, here's the schedule. Here's where they're located, and you can get access to a real live person and get help with that. You also have Brainfuse online tutoring, which again is free to you. All these different ways of getting help is free to you. All right, Brainfuse is an online tutor that you can book appointments with a live person 24/7, and they will be glad to help you. So all those are beneficial. Here's your fall calendar if you want to look at that. If you're having issues on campus, reach out to me. I'll try to help. If it's something I can't help you with, here's just some places you can reach out to. The library is a good resource, not just for reading and writing. Although they do have a writing lab that there are also people down there. But the library also has other things going on that they would love to help you with. One of the things they can help you with is if you need a laptop, they can issue you one and like check one out for you, and so you're not to spend the money you don't have to get one or get your fix or something like that. They can help you out with that. Alright, last thing I want to address in the syllabus, and again, you should look at the rest of this. But if you're supposed to have accommodations, and you haven't talked to one of your support staff yet, on the San Antonio campus, it's Missy Kelsey. On the Soto campus, it's Miss Terry Reeves. And on the Oxford campus, it's Miss Betsy Grubbs. So if you're supposed to have accommodations and you haven't talked to one of them, you talk to them first and provide the documentation and fill out all the paperwork they have. And then once you've done that, they will send out what accommodations you have, and like a DocuSign kind of setup. You and all your teachers will have to sign it, and only once it's completely signed by everybody do they go live. So if you have accommodations and new accommodations, you want to make sure that you jump through all the hoops to make sure that you have those. Because if you have them, you need them, and I want you to have them. But they don't go live until all these steps have been gone through. Alright, so with that said, let's go back home and let's walk through this thing. So once Pearson set up everything, you're going to go to start here. Right? There's a Getting Ready course on your dashboard. You want to click on that, go through that, just kind of gives you the lay of the land. Once you're through it, it will give you an access code. You'll take that access code and apply it to not only this online class, but every other online class you're in, and it will allow you access to the entire course. So once you do that, you'll go over here and click next. That will take you to the welcome page, which tells you a little bit about me. It gives you access to the packet that we're going to use to walk through the notes. All the videos are mine, and I'll walk through these notes so you can print out or download these notes to follow along and keep up with me. Now, this is an online class. Online classes are for everybody. So once you have gone through and made all these different things, make sure that, hey, I actually can do this, and you want to take the student responsibility quiz and read everything, and only then will you be able to get into the rest of the course. Right? So, and then your midterms in week 7, your finals in week 15, and there's that. And so take the student responsibility quiz and go from there. Right, so modules. Let's see. They all pretty much look the same. You have 3 discussions in this class. One in week 1. Let's see. The second one is in week 4, and then the third one is later in the course. It looks like it's in week 12. So just be mindful of those. Let's see. We got week 1. Alright, so you have a little bit of a definition of what's going on during that week, the lessons that we're going to cover, and your assignments that you're going to do that week. So that first week, you get student responsibility quiz, your first discussion, and the first 2 lessons. Alright, so you have my notes worked out, and you have me working out the notes and talking through them, so that's your lesson. Alright, so everything is listed out for you. And then some of these, we actually have extra stuff that you can do, because this is a class for future teachers. So like you have an interactive slope manipulator here, you have extra videos that you may want to show your future classes, you have formulas that you might encounter, so all that's there. So like I think in week 2, is it week 2? No, week 3. Yes, week 3, like you have an extra video that maybe you show your future class on right here. So there's that. For due dates, everything's listed out here. So you have a snapshot view of what you're covering each week and what everything's due. So all your assignments are due on Sunday at midnight. And so like you have multiple assignments on week 1, you only need to do one of them to be counted present for week 1. You have 2 assignments in week 2, you only need to do one of them to be counted for week 2. Alright, that's attendance purposes though. But you still want to do them to get the grade. Okay? Like I said, week 7, you have your midterm, and week 15, you have your final. The signups will go out. You'll be notified 2 weeks in advance of the signups going out, so you can prepare yourself. And I think the midterm sign goes out on September 4th. And so you want to be ready for that, get in there, book your time. And then once you book your time, you can book other tests if you don't want to book anything else for those days, like any trips or doctor's appointments or anything like that. You want to make sure that you're focused on getting your test done. because as I said earlier, you can take them early, but taking them after that window closes or later in the course, that's not an option. So you can take them the week of, whenever everybody else takes them, or you can take them early. You can't take them later. Plus, I have to get grades done in a timely fashion, so you want to make sure I'm able to do that. Okay, so when it comes to your midterm, as I just said, you want to make sure you get that done, sign-ups, and then you want to do your proctored midterm exam. So you will have access to everything else, your review materials and all that once you've done that. But you want to get in there, read everything, and then you can do that. When you get to sign up, if you're taking it on campus near you, on Northwest campus, and you can do simultaneous and book a time slot for that. If you're taking it with e-learning or your disability with e-learning or Miss Terry or Miss Missy or Miss Betsy, then you want to do smart proctoring that way. This is for anybody that is doing it. You're not close to campus, but you're still in the state of Mississippi. That's what you want to do. If you're not in the state of Mississippi, then you got to get approval. You need to find a school near you that has a testing center and a proctor. They can assign you for that time, and you get them to fill out this form, and they take that form, they fill it out, and submit it to e-learning. So they can approve it. And only once they've approved it can that be done. All right. So they will share all the passwords and everything with them. But if you're out of state, that's what you got to do. And then once you have got your reservation information, then you can get extra points for that if you submit that in the bonus exam time assignment. So go ahead and do that, and it helps me keep track of who has it, so I can track down anybody that is missing their appointment. So I want everybody to pass this class and take their exams and everything. So there's that. And then your midterm is everything before the midterm, and your final is everything after the midterm. So this class does not have a comprehensive final. So your midterm review, this tells you what to bring, tells you what to study. These are a bunch of formulas. It's all the formulas for the class, so you don't need to know everything. You just kind of cover everything up to that point. This same document will be in your final review. There are no formulas provided to you on the midterm. There are some formulas provided to you on the final. So just be aware of that. And these are the topics covered on the midterm. All right. And then here is 40 questions, multiple choice, 90 minutes, 35% of your grade. And some other frequently asked questions that people want to know. And again, other formulas on this exam, not for the midterm. So just keep that in mind. All right. That's pretty much everything you need to know. So if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll see you soon.